What's going on, everyone? Happy Tuesday. Welcome into the channel. Got another film review. Seems like you guys have been waiting for it. What, should I do this on Monday or something? Is that what you're saying? Should I do this on Monday? I could. I like to do PFF on Monday and then this on Tuesday to kind of separate the two. Gives me a little bit more time to watch this as well, to kind of prep and do my notes. I got a whole list of plays here with my awful handwriting. So, we're doing the film review of Week 6, Packers victory. What was it, 34-13 over the Arizona Cardinals? That was a score, correct? Regardless, we smoked them. And there's a lot of good film on here. There's some bad. Not much, though. Really not much at all. Like, there's not much bad film at all. There's a lot of good stuff here. A lot of cool looks from what the defense did. A lot of cool stuff on offense. And a lot of just plays made by our players. I mean, what a day for the young players on defense. You know, Carl Brooks with a forced fumble. Evan Williams, a forced fumble. Edgerrin Cooper looked good. Javon Bullard looked pretty good. So, a lot of good film to go over today. Quickly, before we do so, I wanted to let you guys know that this stream is being sponsored by Sleeper. Here's a quick word from Sleeper. So I have the link pinned in the chat. Code BASS will get you a first-time deposit match up to $100. And on Sleeper as well, if you do the deposit, you'll be entered into this Xavier McKinney jersey giveaway. So that'll go through the month of October. So there's another, 2 weeks left? Right? It's the 15th right now, so you have another 2.5 weeks to enter in this giveaway. Xavier McKinney's interception streak didn't last, didn't go through 6 weeks, but, you know, still a great jersey to have. I probably will get one for myself as well. So again, that's with code BASS. The link is pinned in the chat. Go check out Sleeper and make your picks for the upcoming games. Thursday Night Football, then of course into Sunday where the Packers take on the Houston Texans. That's going to be a very, very intriguing game there. So let's get into the film review. Let's bring up the screen. And we'll start with the first play that I have, and this is something that I love to see from the Packers defense early on. 3rd and 9 here. It's the Cardinals' first drive, and they come out in a cover 1 look. So I'll zoom the screen here. Cardinals in shotgun. You have Eric Stokes at the bottom, press coverage. You can kind of see him down here at the bottom. Nixon in the slot, Jair at the top. It's right behind my camera. You can't really see him, but Jair is back there, and it looks like they come out in what looks like a disguise cover 2. Double A-gap pressure, then right pre-snap, you see McKinney drop, so he's the cover 1 deep safety. You see Evan Williams come up to man this receiver. You got Nixon manning here. You got Jair manning the top receiver, and you have Marvin Harrison being manned down here by Eric Stokes. The Packers, I feel like haven't used a lot of cover 1 in 3rd and long situations. Kind of similar to what the Minnesota Vikings do. Hey, pressure the quarterback, man up across the board. We believe our defensive backs are better than your wide receivers. So they send 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 players here on pressure. Kyler Murray throws down to the bottom of the field. I guess he thinks it's supposed to be more of a deep back shoulder fade. Marvin Harrison is not on the same page, and the ball is way overthrown. Not really sure what that was there, just not on the same page. And nonetheless, even if they were on the same page and this was going to be a thrown curl, Eric Stokes locks that thing up. So Packers get off the field early, right off the rip, which is massive, right? All right, let's move on to the next play. Cover 1 in 3rd and long, 3rd and 7 plus. This is 3rd and 9. Is just a great idea if you believe your backside can cover up man to man, and I believe they can. We have a lot of talent back on the backside with McKinney, with Williams now. Obviously Jair, Nixon's been playing great. Eric Stokes, great rep there. But they're kind of not playing him as much anymore. He has some good reps, but he does get beat a decent bit. Read a couple comments. I feel like we're going to run a lot of single high this coming week. We probably should just pressure, Stroud, make him make tough decisions. Packer Nation says, I want to see some Jordan Morgan. Run blocking looks so much better with him in and Josh Myers was out. It's an interesting thought. I don't think Myers' injury is anything significant, but potentially, if that was, you would have both Ryan and Morgan in at guards and Elton in at center, which I agree. I did like that look. And speaking of Jordan Morgan, it's a good segue that you said that. The next play is a Jordan Morgan play at, I believe it's this run. So let's bring this up. And Jordan Morgan's in for the second drive. So they swapped him in for Sean Ryan on the second drive right away. Zoom in here. And Jordan Morgan, just push upfield and creating a great running lane for Josh Jacobs, who, Allen Iverson steps over that defender after breaking a tackle. I'll go to the end zone view here in a second, but, great comment because Jordan Morgan, there was great blocking out there. There was great blocking out there on display by Jordan Morgan. Let me go to the end zone view. This kind of shows it better. So Jordan Morgan checked in at right guard. Just watch this initial push and to really open up that running lane for Josh Jacobs. Packers open up in pistol. It's just a run to the right here. You see Jordan, even Josh Myers with some good blocking there, but Jordan Morgan kind of sealing off two players here. Tucker Kraft holding his own. Zach Tom and Jordan Morgan taking on these two defenders. But Jordan Morgan does a great job getting initial push and kind of sealing off that side there, open up that running lane for Josh Jacobs on what is a 14-yard gain. So great block there by Jordan Morgan. All right, next play. 10:30. Any of you guys have any suggestions, like what plays to look at? Let me know in the chat, and I'll do my best to get to them. Taylor says, I want Walker, Ryan, Elton, Morgan, Tom. Best five. Yeah, it depends if you think that's the best five. It could be. It very well could be. This play is a Bo Melton run, and I love this design. Oh, this design is great. Actually, let me keep it zoomed out so we can see like the whole play without my camera blocking things. So first off, we have Andrew Beck coming in motion right off the rip, and he had a great game. He's been a practice squad call-up, I think, 2 games in a row now, so they can do it one more time before they have to decide to, I think, either cut him or sign him to the 53, something of that sort. I think he deserves to be on the 53. I think he's a great run blocker and allows the Packers to be a little bit more versatile in their running game. And here's one of those looks. So off the snap, it's an end around. So it's a misdirection fake to Josh Jacobs, to an end around to Bo Melton on the left side with lead blockers. You got Myers kind of whiffing, but you got Andrew Beck out there leading the course. Watch Beck here. So right on the misdirection, right off the snap, he's going to roll right. You have Elton Jenkins pulling right. You have Andrew Beck coming backside to block. For the Arizona Cardinals, by all accounts, this is 100% like a misdirection handoff right. The only tell is Bo Melton randomly coming back this way, which none of these guys are looking at. Maybe this cornerback up here. So the play design is great, right? Every time the Packers run any misdirection, they always have Elton Jenkins pulling to the misdirected side, which really sells it. And then the moment it's turning into something else, you see Andrew Beck do a complete 180, flip around. You got Quay Walker sealing the edge. You got Josh Myers pulling out. You got Zach Tom coming across side here. Look at Andrew Beck out here, sealing that block. Boom, right there. And then Bo Melton gaining a few more yards there. Yeah, you do see Josh Myers whiff, I believe. Let's see. Josh Myers right here just leading the way and just kind of misses his guy. It still kind of blocks him, like he doesn't get to the runner. Wouldn't be a Green Bay game without a Myers whiff. Yeah, you got that right. You definitely got that right. Okay, so actually, you know what? Let's look at the end zone view of that one. I feel like we should look at the end zone view of this one. So again, just awesome play design. There's motion on like every play for the Green Bay Packers, which I love. So right off the rip, it's a fake misdirection. Well, misdirection left to right. And then the moment that turns into a fake, Andrew Beck just loops back outside. You got a lead blocker. You got Watson. You got Myers. You got Beck. You got Tom coming across the right side here. And Bo Melton, man, that's easy for him. That's an easy 16 yards for Bo Melton. Who I think does he actually fumble that? Does he actually? No, he's on the ground. Gotcha. I was wondering when I saw that live. I was like, what else comments do we have? Appreciate coming all the way from Cali to watch the Packers play Texans. That's awesome, man. That's sick. Ben Sims for president. Ben Sims had a great game. Evan Williams tackle for loss on the Cardinals. Yeah, so I'm going in chronological order. We'll get to, I definitely have the Evan Williams, tackle for loss on my list here, so don't worry. What do we have next? We have the Reed touchdown, 9 minutes in the first. Let's get into that. Here we go. 9 minutes right here. Okay, so Josh Jacobs, kind of like a slide motion, orbit motion type deal here. This is 3rd and 5, 3rd and goal from the Arizona 5. You got bunch left. You simply just got a crosser / drag from Jaden Reed, and Arizona luckily is in zone coverage here. Because this ends up being a crazy mismatch of Jaden Reed versus ex-Packer Chris Barnes coming across, the linebacker's face here and simply just race into the pylon. He's going to win that matchup every time. And what a beautifully thrown ball. Jordan Love just right where it needs to be. Just a beautiful touch pass right over the right shoulder of the defender there. Great pass by Jordan Love. Didn't have to zip it in there. Just a great touch pass overall. Just a beautiful touch pass. It made it look real easy. Well, that's a difficult throw right there. Like, if you don't put enough air under that, Chris Barnes gets a hand on it. If you put too much speed on it, right? Or maybe you overthrow this. Maybe you throw it too low and it's incomplete. It's a great touch pass. Let's look at the end zone view of this one. Nothing crazy here. Like, this isn't like, oh my God, this is such a wild play. Because it is made to look so easy by Jordan Love. Great protection up front, by the way. That's what I noticed. Yeah, look at Jordan Morgan blocking. Yeah, that's what I noticed all game. Like, Jordan Love had all day to throw. Great blocks on the right side, left side. Everyone holding their own. Beautiful touch pass. Jaden Reed touchdown. I mean, anytime you have a linebacker on Jaden Reed, which seems to happen every game we see because the Packers are great at, scheming that up, we're going to win that matchup. All right, 6:53 in the first. Ooh, we got our man Keisean Nixon, don't we? Yes, we do. Because the Keisean Nixon hate needs to stop, and there's still people doing it. Like, I'll see comments are like, "Oh, I hate Nixon. He makes one play, then gets cooked the rest of the game." He didn't allow a reception, and you might be thinking, "Oh, well, PFF has him tied to that Trey McBride seam." We'll get into it because that's not on him. Keisean Nixon didn't allow a single reception in this game, and he played 3 snaps in the nickel. Here's one of them. The other one was that cover 1 play, the first 3rd down for the Cardinals. Other than that, Nixon played like 43 snaps out at boundary, and he did an excellent job doing so. Sure, the Cardinals lost Marvin Harrison Jr. in this game for a concussion, but Wilson and Dortch, like, they're good receivers, right? There's no excuses. There's no like, oh, well, they didn't have these crazy receivers, so that's why Nixon. Like, Nixon has been playing very well this year. And here's a rep where Nixon's man-to-man with, I believe it's Michael Wilson. He's outside shade, so he's giving the inside, and it's going to be a drag route. And Nixon does a great job at maintaining here, right? He just instantly sees that break. Michael Wilson doesn't threaten vertical to push Nixon more outside, just instant breaks off of this drag route. And Nixon, great recovery speed to track down Michael Wilson and break that ball up. Great timing by Nixon right when the ball gets there, get that hand in there and break that thing out. Let's watch the other angle. Why do you care so much if people hate on Nixon? Because people hate on him with no factual evidence. Like, they'll just think of previous years and be like, oh, he's bad, he gets cooked. But they'll never actually show you film of this year of him getting actually cooked outside of the one play against the Colts. Like, people just say it to say it with no factual evidence because I guess it seems like cool to hate on Nixon. I don't really know. I was all offseason saying, hey, I would love to see Bullard in the slot, and I don't know if I trust Nixon in the nickel. I was proven wrong not only by that, but by the fact that Nixon has versatility to play outside, and he's doing a good job at it. So you see this crosser out coming across here. Michael Wilson, Nixon, great timing, breaking that thing up. So he's been great at boundary. Honestly, I think he's a better boundary corner, if I'm being honest. He's done a good job at nickel. It's a hard thing to play nickel. Like, a lot of the best nickel corners in the NFL still allow like a 90 to 100 passer rating. It's just very hard to play nickel in the NFL. So, that's also a stat that you can't look at and be like, oh, well, he allows 96 pass or whatever it may be. Because nickel is very hard to play in the NFL. Okay, what do we have next? We have 6:37 in the first. Let's move this. Here we go. Here's Romeo Doubs for 19 yards. And man, you just got to watch the pass blocking here. It's ridiculous. Like, how much time does Jordan Love have in the pocket? Let's see. They think there's a false start. There's not. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Like 5 seconds for Jordan Love to make this decision post-snap. Don Solo, what's up, man? So the Packers did a great job using play action to kind of freeze the defense, and also the front 5 just did an excellent job at blocking. And to be fair, the Cardinals front 7, or their front 4 mainly, they just looked slow. Like they looked really, really slow. And then Jordan Love just going through his progressions and finding Romeo Doubs on this backside, deep dig here, coming across the field. So watch it from Doubs' perspective here. It's simple. Just kind of threaten vertical a little bit, break underneath. At that point, it's kind of man coverage, or that defender at least matches him, and it's an easy pitch and catch for Jordan Love to Romeo Doubs. So let's watch it from this angle where you can really see the blocking down low. You see Ben Sims in motion. It's going to be play action up the middle. You got Emmanuel Wilson kind of sneaking out to the left. You have Tucker Kraft here as a check down option, but you have Myers and Elton locking it down, Rashan Walker locking it down, and then you have, I think, Sean Ryan and Zach Tom on these two defenders trying to run what looked like a stunt there. Just a beautiful throw by Jordan Love, too. Look at the arm angle there. The arm angle is just insane. Kind of like a little sidearm throw a little bit, just right around that offensive lineman. Who is it? Sean Ryan just zips that thing in there. Perfect accuracy. Same play the Packers ran versus the Cowboys. Yeah, I mean, deep dig is something the Packers, like the deep dig is something the Packers have in like a lot of offensive concepts, coming underneath, usually like a clear out, like a seam from the slot or something, which I'm sure that's what this was. Let's check real quick. And then it levels scheme here, or dagger, I guess you could call it. So I'm sure Christian Watson runs a deep route here. Let's see. Deep post, or just a go. And clear out underneath. Boom. I mean, it's a simple dagger concept, and the Packers use it like every single play, and it works. What do we have? Doubs touchdown 2 minutes or 15 minutes in the start of the second quarter. Man, what a game for Romeo Doubs. Love to see it. Great game. I believe this is just going to be an out route, and watch how Doubs runs this route. So your cornerback here, your slot cornerback's outside shade, so he's pretty much saying, hey, I got safety help over the middle. The only thing I got to worry about is you running an out or a corner or a fade, and I can't let you do that. And watch what Doubs does here. First, he kind of attacks his leverage, which is perfect. He kind of gives a stutter inside and then a simple like head fake, boom, and then just uses his hands and his physicality to kind of box out that defender. And he's just subtle with it. It's just fluid. And then keeping his feet in bounds and diving for the pylon is just awesome. And then you can watch everyone go to give a group hug to Romeo Doubs here after this. I mean, look at all these guys running up. They're hype. Jaden Reed's hype. Christian Watson's hype. Love to see it. We'll see it from this angle. I mean, it's not the best angle because you can't really see Romeo Doubs. But he makes it look easy on this out route, and a great timing throw also by Jordan Love. And that's a touchdown. All right, what do we have? Oh, here we go. We have 2 straight Edgerrin Cooper plays, and I already posted this on Twitter, so if you follow me over there, you've already seen this. Yeah. Edgerrin Cooper had an excellent day. Evan Williams, Edgerrin Cooper, both of them had an excellent day. Here's going to be the run fit by Coop. It's going to be a 1-yard gain by Trey Benson, but, a great play by Edgerrin Cooper here to kind of not over pursue. Like, if this was Quay Walker, right there, he'd loop to the outside, and then Trey Benson would have this cutback lane and probably gain 4 to 5 yards. But Cooper does a great job diagnosing that cutback and then gets right in that run lane, gets right in the way. And let's watch the end zone view here. You'll see it a little bit better. And here's the thing, guys. Look, Edgerrin Cooper at Mike. You have Quay weak side, right? Like, we're kind of saying this. Like, this kind of should be the look if we're being completely honest. Like, if we're being completely honest, this should be the look. And then you have McKinney down in the box to help out. Oh, just the read and react, man. It's just great. You see how athletic Edgerrin Cooper is to be like, oh, he's bouncing it outside. He has Nixon out there. Then to just swipe underneath, get around that blocker, fill the run lane perfectly, and he gets hyped down there. Of course he should. Can we look at the Narv miss to see if it was a bad snap or hold? I already looked at it before setting up the stream, and it's not. The snap's a little high, like right to his like chin or his jaw, but nothing terrible. It was just a bad kick by Narv. All right, the very next play. So I said it was 2 in a row. So when you look at this play, you're not really looking at Edgerrin Cooper. So I'll let it play straight through real quick just to kind of show you guys. The Packers showing instant pressure. Quay Walker does pressure instantly. That's what he's best at. I know he gets thrown on the ground there, but he pressured Kyler Murray instantly. Incomplete. That's 3rd and 5. But what you should be looking at here is off pre-snap, Edgerrin Cooper is like getting ready to pressure, at least it looks like, right? So false pressure here, and they kind of swap it. Right before snap, Quay Walker comes up. He's going to be bringing the pressure at linebacker, and it's going to be a bailout Tampa 2 by Edgerrin Cooper. And you have a slot receiver here running a seam. What does a Tampa 2 linebacker have to do? Bail out, cover this middle deep zone here because you got safeties split side to side. And Edgerrin Cooper has the speed. He has the athleticism to track, I believe it's Trey McBride, who torched the Packers all day, and lock this thing up. I'm sure if it wasn't Edgerrin Cooper and that was Quay Walker, this would have been hit for boom right there. Like, I don't know if Quay Walker would have tracked that perfectly. I think Kyler, look where he's looking. He wants this. He 100% wants this seam right here. He knows due to that pre-snap look at this middle of the field. You have this safety kind of dropping. As you see here, the Packers show cover 3 or cover 1 early pre-snap, like where they're bringing 7 and they're manning up with 1 deep, and then they bail out last second. Great disguise by Jeff Hafley. So Kyler sees that pre-snap, and this is what he's going for. Look at his eyes instantly. He's like, that seam's going to be open. Edgerrin Cooper right in that lane, allows enough time for Quay Walker to pressure him. They contain Kyler. Rashan Gary gets in on it, incomplete left side. It's all around a beautiful play because it's disguise by Jeff Hafley off the rip, showing A-gap pressure, showing like cover 1. Like right at this moment, you see Quay Walker leaking up, man. You would think Evan Williams would be manned here, so it would be cover 1, deep safety. Last second, bailout, Tampa 2. Kyler Murray has no idea. I mean, there's no way he's going to diagnose that in that moment with that type of pressure that Quay Walker brings as well. This is Quay Walker's strengths. Attack. Get after the quarterback. Pressure. Yeah, he gets thrown on the ground here, but again, pressure. This is Edgerrin Cooper's strength. Well, Edgerrin Cooper honestly can do it all. Edgerrin Cooper's strength. Tampa 2, bail out, track tight end down the field. He's faster than Trey McBride. Let's be completely honest. Okay. So that's the explanation of that play, and it's a great play. 8:44, 4th down. What play was this? I have it written down. 8:44. Let's see where this thing's at. 8:44. Oh, my God, this throw is disgusting. This is the best throw of the day, if we're being honest. 4th down, 4th and 1. Packers up 14-0. Love the aggressiveness here by Matt LaFleur, right? You're at the 41-yard line or 42-yard line. You're not going to kick a 59-yarder with Narvison. You're not. So, yeah, you could punt here. Trust your defense. They're playing great. Pin them deep, but it's 4th and 1. You believe your offense can get this. And you believe your offense can get this because Jordan Love is a sicko and delivers insane types of passes off his back foot like that. I mean, it's unreal. It's absolutely unreal, and it just gives you shades of Aaron Rodgers throwing in between 3 defenders. Don't want to talk too much about Aaron Rodgers after all that stuff going on today with Devontae Adams. Don't even feel like talking about it, honestly. We're here to talk about the Packers. So, empty set. Cardinals bringing 4. Love kind of fade away off his back foot, which he loves to do sometimes when he doesn't need to, which does hurt him at times. But when you're doing that and you're throwing that ball, you could fade away however much you want. I don't care. And that's why you don't see coaches. I'm sure Tom Clements is the one kind of coaching this, like being able to throw off platform, throw off any platform and deliver a nice ball. So there's no like scrutiny here. Now, obviously there can be if he throws a terrible ball here, like, dude, set your feet. But when you make plays like this, I mean, that's insane. Look at that window. Not only you got to put enough air on it to get it over Chris Barnes here. And then you got 2 defenders closing in. Like, that is such a difficult throw. Like, it may not look it to some people, but that is an insane, that might be honestly his best throw so far this season. And that's saying something. That honestly might be. And it's simple, but it's 4th and 1, off platform. Got to get enough air over it to sink it over that linebacker, but then also get enough velocity to get it in between those 2 closing defenders. It's an absolutely insane throw. All right, now we got that Evan Williams tackle for loss. That's at 5:39 in the second. So when you guys watch this play, let me know if you thought the same thing. last year or even the last like 10 years, this would have been a first down for Kyler Murray. Our safety, whoever this was, would have not stayed home here. Oh my gosh, Evan Williams, you are amazing. And he is the number 1 graded safety right now via PFF, behind or above only Xavier McKinney. The Packers have some damn ball players in that safety room. And we haven't even seen Keanu Oladapo yet. Once he gets up to speed, and maybe we start seeing him later this year, or even if it's next year, and this is kind of a redshirt season, they have some damn talent back there. And they honestly have so much talent, you can't even get all of them on the field at the same time for the full game. You can't. What a tackle. Great job staying home. And also, great job by Lucas Van Ness blowing this up, because Kyler is reading Lucas Van Ness, so they're allowing him to come unblocked. So great job. I don't even know, honestly, why Kyler didn't check out of this once Evan Williams is right here, because both options are blown. Like, there's no... I guess he assumes. He's like, okay, maybe this rookie Evan Williams is going to shoot on this run as well. Nope. Stays home, plays that, punt the ball. Whew, man, awesome play. Let's watch it from the end zone view real quick. Yeah, you can see. I just don't get Kyler here. Like, Kyler had such a confusing game, and that's kind of with the Cardinals every week. It's like so inconsistent. You got to check out of this, man. You're 3rd and 1. Check out of this. You know? I just don't know why you're not checking out of that. Like, that's dead to rights right off the rip. I don't know. I love it because it was a great play by Evan Williams, but Kyler Murray, I don't know what you're doing there. And you know, some people might be like, oh, well, the left tackle didn't block. No, that's supposed to be that way. It's supposed to be, you know, seal inside, allow Lucas Van Ness to break in on this, because then that's a read option. And Kyler did the right thing holding it, but I guess he didn't account for Evan Williams being out there. So, man, I was sad when we released Anthony Johnson Jr., but now I'm so glad. Yeah, considering like he might have taken away some snaps from Evan Williams, I think you're right in that regard. And I was upset too, but you know, clearly Evan Williams is a lot better of a player. All right, we have the Watson touchdown. Oh, 434. Oh, this play is hilarious. I love this because you could just watch Budda Baker, like, internally, like, mentally just be like, oh, shit. All right, so you have motion Tucker Kraft. Dude, every play the Packers use motion. I love it. You have Watson in the slot. I think Doubs outside of him. You got kind of an outside. Let's see if they're in man. They're in zone, but I don't know why Budda Baker's kind of playing that outside so much. I mean, once you give the inside step to Christian Watson right there, look how far outside he is. I don't know if he thought the safety's going to drop. Maybe he was supposed to. Yeah, he probably was supposed to, if we're being honest. I'm not sure. But once you give that inside step to Watson across the face of the safety, you're not catching him. Like, that's an insane strategy to just give that type of separation full speed ahead for Christian Watson. And, you know, Jordan Love didn't even put that on a rope. Like, he kind of just laid it out there, and still Watson had enough space to just be like, all right, thank you. Like, just going to go right onto this ball and get an easy touchdown. Play action. Look at the pass blocking, guys. I mean, this is definitely the best game by the offensive line in terms of pass blocking. Like, I don't think the Cardinals really did anything. I know Rashan Walker led a few pressures, but yeah, there's a lot of players open. But you're obviously throwing this shot. Like, it's wide the hell open against Budda Baker. Touchdown. 24-0. Crazy. All right, what do we have next? We have McBride seam. Okay, here we go. Here's back to some Nixon stuff, right? So PFF tied this 27-yard catch to Keisean Nixon. Cardinals in a 3 tight end set on the right side, heavy right. Motion 1 tight end down. The Packers are in cover 3. Nixon's on the outside at boundary. We have a seam by McBride, and we have a kind of wheel by the other tight end. Nixon's in cover 3. Why are you tying this to Nixon, PFF? Is he supposed to cover 2 players? Is he supposed to track McBride and allow the wheel wide open for a touchdown? I don't get it. Why do you watch this play as a PFF analyst and go, yeah, it's on Nixon? First off, the Packers are in cover 3, and this is an excellent play designed to beat cover 3. I don't think it should be tied to anyone. You could argue, and I think this is something that maybe was planned but wasn't executed, was once this motion happens, This should be a cover 2 match or cover 2 Mabel on this side because you only have 2 receivers. You have a running back here that's locked into Quay. Then you have Edgerrin Cooper and you have Nixon. You only have 2 tight ends, 2 receivers per se. So it's still cover 3, but this side should be locked. It should be match. You man your guys. So you would think, and I know Edgerrin Cooper kind of has to play this in case maybe he's on a spy on Murray here, and he kind of has to play Murray here. But in my opinion, like pre-snap, once you saw that motion, it should be switched to a cover 3 match. It's easier said than done. Where Edgerrin Cooper kind of just trails McBride down the seam, which we've seen him do before. Nixon, this is not on Nixon. Like, you could maybe argue Edgerrin Cooper should have followed that a little longer, got deeper, but then you would argue, hey, well, he has a spy on Murray, or he has to watch Kyler Murray. It's a great play design against cover 3. It's not on Nixon, though. This is not on Keisean Nixon. That's why you got to be careful with those stats. And I know I do PFF videos every week, so, you know, if you guys watch those videos, you'll know that they're subjective, right? Like this last week, we saw a 33-yard reception that they tied to Javon Bullard that was not on him. I remember the days I used to despise Nixon when he played bad. Once you watch, he's been playing great, and you're, you know, it's completely fine to change up and be like, hey, you know, I was wrong, or at least like he proved me wrong, and I'm glad for that. You know, Nixon's been good at boundary here, so. PFF has this tied to him for 27 yards, and that's the only reception they have tied for him. He didn't allow a catch in this game. He didn't allow a catch, and he allowed a 0 passer rating. So, Nixon, honestly, at this rate, full-time boundary out opposite Jair. You know, if we need to go into more of a passing look, dime, you know, maybe put Nixon in the slot with Bullard and put Stokes on the other side or Valentine on the other side, yeah, sure. He's in a much better role. You're 100%. And Jeff Hafley knows how to use his cornerbacks. He's a defensive back coach. That's why. You know, Joe Barry's a linebacker coach. He had no idea what he was doing with his cornerbacks. He had absolutely no idea. So, yeah, great game by Nixon. Stokes was such a bad draft pick. I don't know. We'll see. Let the year play out. What else do we have? We have McBride seam. We already got that. Wilson touchdown. Oh, 2 minutes and a second. Here's another play that just a great play design against cover 3. I don't know who they tied this against. I didn't look. I'm sure PFF watched this and tied this to Jair and be like, oh, he let up a touchdown here. Again, cover 3. You have Wilson running a post, and you have a wheel underneath by 89. What is Jair supposed to do here? Just man up this post in a cover 3 outside third? No. You could argue that Bullard should have diagnosed this quicker. This is heavy side and just broke down on this post. Sure. If I were to tie it to anyone, it would be Bullard. But again, it's a great play design against cover 3. You're keeping Jair honest with this wheel, which honestly, he didn't even play it that honestly. They could have thrown the wheel for a touchdown, likely. So, again, this is just a great play design against cover 3. It's nothing like, oh, the Packers blew a coverage here. It's just a great play. I love this play. This was a great play design. I feel like I've seen Ohio State run this. Not off the motion, but I think I've seen Ohio State run this. You have like kind of a wheel, a slant underneath, and a deep post. It's just a cover 3 killer. And that's exactly what it was. And they scored their first touchdown with it. Where do we have? Interception 108. Oh, yeah, we're just going to check this real quick. I just want to show you guys. It's the Jordan Love interception. Obviously, we know that it wasn't on him, and it was simply a Bo Melton slip here. And Bo Melton does a great job on this route, and that's why it's so annoying that he slipped, because this would have been a nice gain. He's got inside shade. And what do you do in this case? You want to stem this, kind of attack his leverage, push that defender more inside, then boom, right outside. And he does a great job at that. Attacks his leverage, boom, right outside, slips. It's a shame. It's a shame because, you know, that would have been an easy gain there on 2nd and 5. It would have been a first down. Packers probably drive down the field, maybe kick a field goal, go up 27-7 at half. It's a gift to Trent Murphy-Bunting, who's a terrible cornerback. Who got hype after this. Like, yeah, man, look what I did. Like, no, you didn't do anything, man. You didn't do anything. All right. Third quarter, 12:46. Let's get into the second half. I think I went too far. 12:46. I got to watch this play because I wrote it down. 12:46, third quarter. McBride versus Quay. Okay, so here's and I have a couple of these this game. Quay Walker is very bad in man coverage. He's playing inside here, right? He sees McBride. McBride just releases up the field and just simply just cuts underneath. Why is he so... Why'd he sink his hip so far to the left here and just flat-footed it? And McBride's a great tight end, don't get me wrong, but he did nothing special here. McBride didn't do anything to cook Quay Walker and be like, oh, what a great route. Like, we just ran up the field and cut underneath. And Quay is, like, stuck in mud. I mean, it's easy. It's a gimme. Quay, you just can't have him in coverage. I'm being honest. You can't. You got to have Cooper right here. Look what we have. We have Isaiah McDuffie and Eric Wilson on each edge. Why? Put Quay where Eric Wilson is and put Cooper right here. Do I think this happens if that's the case? No, I don't. I don't think this happens if that's the case. I just, they're getting there. And I'm not trying to hate on Halfley because he's doing a great job at adjusting. They just have a little bit more to tweak. Just a little bit more. All right, what do we have next? Quay run fit. Oh, yeah. It was back-to-back bad plays for Quay. Here we go. So remember earlier in this film review when we watched Edgerrin Cooper have a perfect run fit and not overcommit? Here's what Quay Walker does. And I'm not trying to hate on the guy because he does get a lot of hate and he does make some good plays, but he's just not a good Mike. It's just so bad. Like, why did he just took himself out of the play. He just ran into this bunch here. Just plugged himself up. Wide open run lane. I just don't get it. He's not diagnosing it well enough. And he's a great athlete, and I think if he could get the mental there to realize what he needs to do mentally, he would be a terrific ball player. I just don't know why he's pursuing that so hard and removing himself out of the play. You got to read and react as a Mike, right? You got to kind of pause for a half a second, read and react this. It's a handoff left, so you have the right idea. You're thinking, oh, he's going right up the middle here, but you got to kind of pause there for a second. He's getting too much, like, kind of on his toes, like, oh, I need to go make the play. You got to read and react as a Mike. You took yourself out of the play. It's a 20-yard run. Great run by Trey Benson. This is, I think he's going to be a great runner for them in the future. You got to read and react this. You got to see the play that's developing as a Mike. And you would argue, yeah, sure. Like, look, there's a little bit of a run lane there, but look at this. I mean, you got it. I think Edgerrin Cooper, again, kind of sits and then swipes and gets to the left and tries to plug up that run lane there. I think Edgerrin Cooper needs to be the Mike. Doubs touchdown 2, 354 in the third. Let's go to it. 354. Boom. This is a crazy play. He just guesses his gaps. Yeah, that's the problem. Mike just isn't quite a strong suit. The sooner he is a permanent will outside linebacker, the better. I agree. 100% agree. Here's 3rd and 4. The Cardinals are going to give the same exact look that the Vikings gave him a lot. Just heavy pressure right off the rip. I think it's cover 0. Yeah, it's man across the board. Man. So they're bringing 1, 2, 3, 4. So they're bringing 7. And the Packers are blocking 5, 6. And the Packers are blocking 6. So they're winning the hat count here. They're going to get pressure on Jordan Love. Back foot prayer. I mean, you don't like the throw. Let's be completely honest. You love the adjustment by Romeo Doubs here. Something that I don't think Wicks does yet. Something that I don't think Watson does. I think the only 2 receivers on the team that would adjust like this perfectly is Reed and Doubs. Let's be completely honest. But you like the matchup. Doubs get instant outside release, gets separation. Oh, nice. I didn't realize the double move until now. Little out and up action. Romeo Doubs. Look at that. Hips, pads, head turn. 1 foot in the ground, upfield. Gets that separation. And at that point, Murphy Button's overcommitting, thinking Love's going to put this on a line to the back corner of the end zone, and he's cooked. So the bad throw helped Jordan Love here. It's be complete, and it's off platform. It's a wild throw. This goes 33 yards. Look at that platform. No, there's no platform. 33 yards. Yeah, Watson's cooking his guy too. But you got to realize, pressure in your face, easier said than done. You're not scanning to your 3rd read here. Even your 2nd read. He looks at his 1st read here. Maybe he could have hit that instantly and saw that this pick route is working. But he goes to his 2nd read here. He's got pressure in his face. He's got to throw this thing up. He's not getting that to Watson. He's throwing this thing up, giving his guy his chance, and it works. Right? Watch this platform. It's insane. Even though the throw wasn't great, You know, just getting that ball to where it needs to kind of go, right? Watch like his angle right when throwing that ball is he has no feet on the ground. Like that's an insane throw, even though it wasn't like correct, I guess, per se. Like, it's not, some people I think I saw on Twitter like, oh, what a route by Doubs. I'll agree on the out and up, but it wasn't supposed to be a back shoulder. It was just a great improv by Love and Doubs there, and it worked. Oh, here we go. We got Carl Brooks, the sicko. Here we go. 305. Watch Carl Brooks on this play. He literally does everything. Carl Brooks right here. Motion. Carl Brooks is going to be over top the center on the slide here. Handoff left. Throws the center out of the way. Watches the screen. Sorry, not handoff left. Screen left. Diagnoses the screen. Gets to Connor. Strips the ball out and recovers. Literally every single thing here is Carl Brooks. This is a lot better angle. Here we go. You know, on the inside left eye of the center. A-gap, I guess you could call it, right? Play action screen. Carl Brooks throws this guy out of the way. Get out of my face, right? Chases down the screen, diagnoses it, strips the ball out, and recovers. Sicko. That's why I was like, after this play, I'm like, oh, PFF's going to grade him like a 38. Luckily, they gave him like a 90, as they should. Carl Brooks is a man. Man on a mission here, dude. Like, he just did everything. There was not a single other defender on the team that even contributed to that play, really. I guess you could say, you know, Quay Walker, great job diagnosing that, I will say. Edgerrin Cooper in the way as well. Like, even if Carl Brooks doesn't make this play, I don't think the screen goes for much. You know, you got Quay. Maybe it gets plugged up here. It might actually. You know, if Carl Brooks doesn't make that play, you got block. I think maybe Connor loops this way. Remember when I was high on Carl Brooks coming out? Dude, I mocked Carl Brooks. Carl Brooks was my Edgerrin Cooper last year. Or my Katana Ladapo, should I say. Most mocked player to the Green Bay Packers. Him and Wicks, I mocked to the Packers a ton last year. And they drafted both. That's one thing I'm pretty good at. I'm terrible at sports betting, but one thing I'm pretty good at is predicting the draft and the moves the Packers will make. What do we have next? We have, Gary pressure. Yeah, so this is Rashan Gary's best game so far this year, in my opinion. And here's a great pressure by Rashan Gary on this left side here. And Kyler Murray's just such a fast quarterback. It's a stunt. Great stunt, great executed stunt, and it's hard to bring this guy down. But that play is created by Rashan Gary, and it's just a gain of 1, and Murray just runs out of bounds there. But a great, explosive, kind of late off the ball, probably set up to do so the stunt works better. Instant pressure. Kyler Murray's just hard to bring down. Can you bet on where players will be drafted? Usually just like the first round, but I don't know if you could do it like deep into the draft or anything. But yeah, I think Rashan Gary had 3 pressures here. I think he's like the 3rd highest graded player on the Packers, and it showed. I think he had a great game. Yeah, Clark, excellent job taking up both those blockers. Excellent execution on that stunt by both those players there. And you're veterans. You need them to do that. Oh, here we go. We have another. Here we go. We have another Quay versus McBride. I'm sorry, guys. I just got to keep doing it. I mean, it's film review. You got to keep doing it. I think it's another man coverage, I think. Okay. No, this is one I actually wrote down because you could argue it's OPI. Push off. I don't know. It's kind of weak. Like I want Quay to be more physical here. He kind of gets thrown out of the way like a child. You could argue OPI. I think Quay maybe tries to sell that to maybe get the flag thrown. But you'd like to see him. So the previous McBride where he crossed underneath, you're like, Quay, you need to be more physical. Here, I think Quay tries to be more physical and just gets manhandled by Trey McBride. Just shoves him out of the way. Maybe OPI. I wouldn't throw the flag. I think that's fine. It's at the top of the route, you know. Boom. But still gets thrown out of the way. You know, is what it is. I'll move on. 21 seconds in the third. Where are we at? Next page. That's where we're at. 21 seconds in the third. Evan Williams, forced fumble. So we got Evan Williams here at deep safety with X. It's going to be a deep, like kind of stop route by the slot wide receiver, picking on cover 3. Jair lays a nice hit underneath, keeping that player up. Evan Williams punches that thing out, and I think Jair falls on it. Yes, Jair falls on it. Great play by Evan Williams. Both Carl Brooks, Evan Williams executed perfect punch outs in this game. Like perfectly executed punch outs. You see Evan down here. Let's watch this play from this angle. forcing two fumbles in this game and then getting a third, which they didn't force. Yeah. Great. Watch this punch out. It's just executed so well. Evan Williams is a playmaker, man. Every game so far, you see him getting hyped, man. I love to see it. He is ecstatic down there. Love to see it. Every game, we see more of Evan Williams. We see him make a crazy play. Bullard bites on that curl a bit. Let's go back to it. I'll try to diagnose what you're saying here. So Bullard's in the nickel. Well, here's the thing. He's kind of apexed in between both of these receivers here. Yeah, I see what you mean. Kind of slips. Yeah, you'd like to see. But here's the thing. Like Quay, again, kind of just sitting there. You would maybe Bullard attacks us because Quay's so out of position. I don't know. But yeah, you definitely want Bullard to be on that slot receiver there. But he's apex. He's got to choose. And he chooses McBride, and he chooses wrong. I think he's reading Kyler's eyes here, and he thinks he's going to McBride. And then the moment that ball is released, he's like, crap. But, hindsight, we get a fumble out of it. Yeah. So, Bullard has to choose there. He's not in man coverage. He just has to choose. Here we go. Oh, yeah, here we go. I love this play. What is that? 12:51. Tucker Kraft, quarterback sneak. I love it. I don't know if do you think they're doing it just because Love's knee or just because it's the sick play? I think they should continue this. And I think this is a play Josh Myers got hurt. Yeah, so let's watch this angle. The Tucker pucker, that is wild. How does Myers get hurt here? I can't even tell. Oh, he's down. Yeah, it looks like he just kind of got hit maybe. Like, I don't even... Oh, it looks like he got like a hit in the head by Barnes here. Barnes is like headhunting all day. I can't even tell. Maybe he got hit in... I don't even know. Anyone know what Myers' injury was designated as? He came back into the game like 5 plays later, but also, like, this was almost not a first. And it's third down, so they could try it again. But he's kind of dead to rights right here. And Emmanuel Wilson says, nuh-uh, we're getting across that line, brother. You love to see it. You love to see the push here by E-Man. Yeah, come on, get across there. Love to see it. Any of the other middle linebackers from the draft playing well? I'm not sure. Finally caught a live stream. Welcome, Alberto. How you doing? We're almost finishing, but you're here. Oh, this next play is something I just incorporated into my flag football playbook because I love it so much. 11:33 in the fourth. 2nd and 3. So the Packers used to run this. Wait, is that it? No, it's a false start. Here it is. The Packers used to run this type of concept a lot with tight ends where it's like a flat route, backside flat after play action. And now they're doing it with wide receivers. McVay uses this a lot. McDaniel does as well. Yeah, so here we go. It's trips left bunch. We have Jaden Reed on the orbit motion. Fake outside, zone handoff to the left. And then you have Christian Watson coming underneath this flat. And then you also have Malik Heath coming on this drag to be a lead blocker after it goes to Watson. So right here, you're picking on this defender. Right here. I think it's Zaven Collins, 25. Yeah, Zaven Collins. If he rushes in on you, all you got to do is just right over his head. Right? Easy pickings. 10 yards. I love that play design. Getting Christian Watson in space here, you could even do this with Jaden Reed, but you also want to use Jaden Reed here to really sell that. Look at the defense. Look at all their angles. You got Jacobs lead blocking, and you got Watson kind of hiding underneath here. Like no one. I think Chris Barnes sees it right here. He's looking at Watson. He's like, shit, they got us. yeah. Barnes is watching him the entire time. He's like, oh god damn it. It's a great play design. And it works because you run this with Reed so much, and that also works. So that's going to sell it every time. I mean, you're wide open. You're absolutely wide open. And you got to set that up with running this with Reed successfully, which they do. So that's why it works off that orbit motion. So much motion by the Packers. And I love the usage of all these crazy motions, the slide motions, the orbit motions, the jerk motions, all of it. They're all wonderful. I love every bit of it. 4 minutes, 8:11. We have another one. We have another Quay Walker. Sorry, guys. Right in the middle, at the mic. I mean, he's just not good. He's just not good in coverage. It's a quick stop by McBride. It's nothing crazy, and he slips. Now, given Lambeau turf can be slippy sometimes, and it did just rain all 3 quarters before this, so I'll give him the benefit of the doubt. But I don't know, man. It's just not there. It's just not there. You know? I don't know. I'll look at this play. Why not? 5:43. Here we go. It's the fumble by Arizona. And even without this fumble, this thing's dead to rights. I'll do this angle. Kyler's like telling him, you know, probably to take a different angle towards this ball. And he doesn't listen. He just goes right into him, and that creates the fumble. I mean, even if this is a handoff, I mean, you have Lucas Van Ness is about to, like, just murder that guy. So Van Ness, the one thing he's been good at, and is a field made with turf as grass? What do you mean? Or grass? It's natural grass, but it can be slippy sometimes. PFF didn't grade Lucas Van Ness well, but one thing he's been good at, even in this game, was, you know, defending the run. And that's what he's kind of been his forte at defensive end, just kind of crashing down and defending the run, you know? I don't think he recorded a stat, but, you know, this is just a simple fumble. It's not even, Packers didn't even have to do anything there. Okay, we have 2 more plays. We have 4:35 in the fourth. 4:35. It's simply just an Emmanuel Wilson run, and how great he's been at running back number 2. Let's go to the end zone view. Let's watch the blocking up front. You got Sean Ryan here at right guard on this rep. Josh Myers back into the game. You know, Elton Jenkins getting to second level. But more importantly, Emmanuel Wilson, tough running. You know, he gets contacted. How many yards? He gets contacted, so they're at the 40. You know, he gets contacted 3 yards in. Turns us into a 13-yard run. Stiff arm. Stay on my feet. Change direction. Make that guy miss. Tough running. 13 yards. That's the one thing the Packers running backs have been so great at is you know, yards after contact. Both Jacobs, Wilson, now even Chris Brooks. They've all been great at yards after the contact, like right there, man. Just extending the play. And we have one more. 4 minutes, 3:06. I just want to watch this because it's funny. You know Matt LaFleur was grilling Jordan Love for this. You know he was. Emmanuel Wilson handoff middle. It's like kind of like a fake read option. Bounces outside, gets around. Is that Gardick, number 43? No, Lukita. Bounces out to the right side. Jordan Love getting in front of him. Man, luckily nothing happened. You know, can we see Matt LaFleur on the sideline? I kind of want to see if we could see Matt LaFleur on the sideline. I'm going to pause it. Is that him right there? I wish I saw a reaction. Like, no! I think that's him down there. Wait, hold on. At the end, did some coach be like, Love, stop it? Was that Basashia down there? Who was that right there? Because you see Love look back, and he nods or something. He's like, I am my bad. Like, I love the competitiveness, but you're up 34-13. There's 3 minutes left. You're coming back 3rd week from a knee injury. No, man. Someone has to say something down here. I think that's Basashia. Because Love looks and he's like, he just probably gives one of those guys a look like, my bad. That's so funny. Like, Love, like we all had the same reaction. Like, no, don't do that. Like, if this is a game-winning drive and you got to get down in field goal range to win the game, oh, yeah, do that. 100% do that. Get out there and block for your players regardless. But not in this sense. But I love the competitiveness. You just don't want to see him get hurt again, obviously. One more time. That's crazy. Actually, I feel like I want to watch... No, that's no gain for... Here we go. Here's the Chris Brooks scan. I'll watch this one. Amari Cooper traded to Bills? Really? Browns are trash. Whatever. Don't even care. Chris Brooks, again, tough running. Contact. Look at the contact. Packers start at, what is that, the 32? Where's he contacted? Literally the 31 and a half. Extend the play, dive forward, 10 yards, game over. Knee the ball out. 11 yards, knee the ball out. These running backs are great, guys. They've so much depth in this running back room. Great job by Sean Ryan as well, sealing that block there. You see Sean Ryan here. See, handoff. Hold. Boom. Oh, watch Zach Tom just murder that man. I didn't even see that. Zach Tom getting next level. Chris Barnes, sit down, young fella. You're not a Packer no more. Sit down. Hold this L. Watch Zach Tom, dude. It's a murder. Just get on the ground. And then just to dive on him, like, stay on the ground. I love that, dude. Oh, I love Zach Tom. He's such a good player. Zach Tom is such a good right tackle. You're an hour late, J-Mac. Hey, you can just rewind it and watch it. You can just rewind it and watch it. That's the beauty of this live stream. But I'm about to roll out of here because I just finished my last play. But if you join late, just rewind it and watch it. But we do this every week. We do this we try to do it every Tuesday at least. And, yeah, if that interests you and you're not subscribed, sometimes people don't even realize they're not subscribed. And they still tune in. They're like, wait, I wasn't subscribed. If that's the case, and this interests you and you want to watch more of this every week and among everything else Green Bay Packers, I'd appreciate it if you guys click subscribe. If you guys could also leave a like on the stream as you exit, it gets more eyes on the stream, and I'm sure there's plenty of Packers fans that want to see this kind of stuff and don't know it exists. You know, I pay for the NFL Pro so we can all watch the film together and maybe learn a little bit, because stats only say so much, and sometimes stats aren't even correct. Via PFF, a lot of them can be subjective. So when you watch the film, tape don't lie, right? Ball don't lie, tape don't lie. You can see it. And that's what I try to do. Try to, help everyone maybe understand some things a little bit more. I still don't understand everything, but I try to, and I'm getting better at it. So, yeah, I appreciate you guys coming by to the live stream. If you could leave a like on your way out, I'd seriously appreciate it. Tomorrow will be the first injury report for the Packers, so be on the lookout for that. Also be on NFC North Roundtable tomorrow. That'll be fun. I shouldn't be in fourth. I think the Packers are in third now, ahead of the Bears. So that'll be fun. And we got the Texans this week. And hopefully next Tuesday, we're doing a similar film review. And we're watching a lot of good plays. And a massive win by the Green Bay Packers. So, yeah, I appreciate you guys coming by. I'll catch you on the next one. And as always, go Pack, go.